Another video with loads to talk about. I've actually had to make a list on my phone just to keep track. Hello and welcome back to Bug Rounds. On this channel we like to discuss all things creepy crawly, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. So we've got lots and lots to talk about again today. I'm going to start off real quick with something bad and then we'll move on to something good. So we have had a horrible loss in the collection, one that I'm just going to get through quickly because I'm quite upset about it and I don't want to be emotional on camera. Nicoletta, our thorny cricket, has in fact passed away. I'm not going to get her out for you guys to see because I don't want to get into great lengths of detail on it. Long story short, I don't know what happened. She had access to food, access to water, she had areas to climb around, she was quite active, and one morning she just face planted the floor. Like, I didn't actually see that happen, I mean I found her like that, and that's the end of that. But the reason I'm bringing that up, not just to inform you, is because I want help from one of you, or some of you out there. So I had my brain ticking after this loss, and I sat there for a few hours in a bit of despair, and I thought, you know what? YouTube is an area where we express ourselves, right? And YouTube, as far as I can tell, is always going to be around. So even if another platform gets bigger, videos are still going to be on YouTube, right? And I thought, you know what? In generations down the line, I have a daughter, when she has her children and so on and so forth, people won't know who I am as such. These videos are still going to be there to view when I'm long and dead and gone. And I thought, what a good thing to pass down generation to generation would actually be, from when my animals pass away, to cast them in resin blocks. Now I know I can use companies and I can use people at Dead Set Co to put them in really nice positions, in really beautiful enclosures and things like that, but obviously that takes up space and time, and a resin block is pretty much only a bit bigger than your animal itself. So she is too solid to pin now or to put in a position nicely for a resin block anyway, but I'm thinking in the future I really want to learn how to put animals into a cast resin block so that I can keep them all in a big box and they can be passed down and passed down and passed down, and if anyone looks back at these videos they can go, hey, this was that spider, or this was that stick insect. You see what I mean? I think it would be awesome. Now I know there's loads of videos to tell me how to do that on the internet, but I really want to be one-to-one with someone, preferably someone in the UK, only because the same products you buy for it is the same products I can buy, rather than me importing from America or Europe. I'd still love to hear from you guys overseas on how you do it. If I had someone in the UK to walk me through step by step, please comment me below and I'll find a way of contacting you privately, and I'd be so grateful, and a massive shout out to you if you could teach me how to do that for future losses within the realm. So moving on from the depressing stuff, let's have a look at my list. So first of all, I want to talk about channel stickers. So I don't actually own channel stickers yet. It is something I will pursue at some point, but I've been sent quite a few from people. I don't know if you've seen, a lot of people are sending them to one another. I don't have anything to give back yet, but when I do, I will send them to all these people, and I haven't shown them off. Now, like I said before, I've had a lot of videos set in advance, and that's why I hadn't shown them off, and now I'm thinking I'd rather wait until I've found an area that I'm going to put all these stickers and then show them off in one go with thanks and links to all the channels in that video. So just as an example, I've had them from Alternative INVERT, 8 Legs 4 Wheels, Mr. T's Tarantulas, who sent it in a really lovely envelope, and various other ones I've had from Garth from Arachnotube, Amy from Pet Rock and Roll. There's been more, I'm sorry if I've left anybody out there. Jagger's Tarantulas. Yeah, again, I do apologise if I've left anybody out, but you will be shown in a video, and I am grateful for anything anybody sends me, whether it be a channel sticker, an animal, anything at all, I'm grateful for, and I will show them off, guys, okay? Just have to have a little bit of patience because the realm's quite clogged and I cannot put things on the wall directly because it's a rented accommodation, but they will come up. I wanted to send another thanks to Kian, if I've pronounced your name right. Kian, who sent me stuff in the past. He sent me some oat stick insect over in the past. He has sent a picture he did of my logo, which was lovely. He sent me a birthday gift as well of Antitoxic Groups over. So I think it was 20 that he sent me. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So massive thanks to him, and I'll show them off when they hatch. Talking of Antitoxic Groups, I have my current young females in here, and I am working on the lichen or lichen, however you prefer to say it, moss morphs at the moment. There will be a video coming up about those if I am successful. So that will be something big that you guys need to share around if I'm successful, because a lot of keepers want this morph. It's not always easily obtainable, and I may have cracked it. So stay tuned for that. So with those thanks done, let's check what else we've got to talk about on here. Can't remember where my list is, yes, so the next one is to do with my Patreon. I want to give a big thanks to all my current patrons and a big shout out to my newest patron, Sean. I believe I said your name correctly. I'm really rubbish with reading a name and knowing how to say it. If I've said your name wrong, correct me. I will give you another shout out with your name correctly. So big thank you for joining the patron team. Now there's about 3 or 4 patrons, I think it's 3, that are coming up to your year mark now in a couple of months time. So what I would kindly like to ask you guys to do, those that have been with me for, I think it's up to 10 months now, is could you send me your message on Patreon if you've watched this video? If not, I will contact you to tell me t-shirt sizes. For those of you that are in the bracket that earns a t-shirt after a year, I can't remember which tier does that. Terrible content creator. But please check your tier on Patreon. If your tier involves winning a t-shirt, please can you send me on Patreon or anywhere your t-shirt size, so I can arrange getting the prizes out to you after a year of being with me. Big thank you. Obviously those that are not winning t-shirts, I think they still get certain other gifts. Again, I have to check that, but on that year mark I will be arranging sending you out your prizes for being a Bug Realms patron. If anybody out here does want to be a Bug Realms patron, you get your shout out done once you become a patron, and once you're with me for a year you get yourselves some lovely little gifts. Now that's not just me being greedy. A lot of us do time limits on these things because sometimes someone might become a patron of $1 or $5 or something a month, get their prize and then cancel it, and you've actually then spent out more as a creator on their gift than they ever sent you. There's some sneaky people in this world, and that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we sometimes do it that way. Moving on. Yes, important. So when it comes to Facebook groups, there is something I would like to say in regards to Facebook Tarantula groups specifically. Do not be offended if you notice that I leave your group. I found that I have joined probably 30 odd different tarantula groups on Facebook. I struggle to keep up with what's going on them all. Some of them I find a little bit toxic in the way that they treat people. Some of them I find have very bad communication, or the admins are not doing their roles properly, and some of them I find that the admins are being a bit too elitist. And it's their group, which is fair enough, but sometimes they really push on people. Another thing that I find is, and this is not aiming at anyone, finding a lot of these groups now are spammed with our YouTube videos. Me personally, I don't put them on many groups now. And that's not a problem, you know, we have to advertise as content creators, but sometimes I just want to look at pictures of people's collections, or I want to see questions they've asked, or I want to learn something. When I scroll through, it's just somebody's video, somebody's video, somebody's video, somebody's video, and I just then skip off it. And it's not that I don't want to watch your videos, guys, I watch a lot of people's videos. It's just that when I've gone onto those Facebook groups, I am trying to learn something or look up something, and I just seem to find my wall is just video after video, and most of them I've already seen. So it's not to offend anybody, it's just me personally, I would like to leave quite a chunk of them and stick to just a specific few. Now talking of that, I am an admin of INVERT Pets Worldwide, a group created by Scott from Scott's Inverts and a few of the others. I don't do as much as I should for my admin role there, and for that I apologise. I'm just a really busy guy. I will be remaining in that group, and I want to give a shout out to another Facebook group, Tarantula Republic. Now, Tarantula Republic is a smaller sort of Facebook group that I have found, but I really enjoy it there, and that's another one I'm going to remain. Now, the admins of that particular group are people that are pretty, I would say, quite well known within the Tarantula community as such on Facebook, and they're people that make me laugh. They're people that put up posts that I find interesting. I think they run the group as a team really well. It's a very anti-bullying group. Sometimes there's light-hearted jokes and they're never meant to be taken as offence, and I just really enjoy that group too. That's another one I will continue to remain in, because it's just a lovely, fun place to be, with none of this toxicity that you do get in other groups. So the two groups I've mentioned, guys, there'll be links to them in the description below. Please check them out if you want anti-toxic fun groups to be in on Facebook, and do not be offended if I leave anyone's particular group. Now, I know talking videos aren't for everyone. If you are getting bored of this video, please stick around for a couple more things at least, because there's some cool stuff to talk about. Next one is what's going on with Bugfest. So, anyone that doesn't know Bugfest, most of the people in the UK will. Just check them out. There'll be a link to their website in the description below as well. Run by Nick, who is an absolutely amazing guy. He's been a big influence to me as a keeper, and he's just absolutely fantastic. And Bugfest is now developing. So due to this lockdown, it's going to be sort of becoming a one-stop place where you can go with links to many companies. So right now there is a small list, but that list I can guarantee will grow, and it's a one-stop place you can click on to go to any of these companies. You might get exclusive deals off these companies as well through this website, and you won't have to be there going through, oh, I want to buy something, what's this site? I need to find another one. Is this person trustworthy? I've never heard of this one before. You're not just going to get your classic names. There'll be a lot of businesses put on there, and there'll be deals on there, and it will just be great. And it's not UK only. Although Bugfest was a UK thing, there will be Bugfest Canada, US, Australia, Europe. There is going to be, in time, a lot of traders and deals and things going on to that Bugfest site. So wherever you are in the world, there will be something there for you. Now, whether this next plan with Bugfest actually comes into play properly or not, I'm not sure, but he's working on, and really working on, making it a social media platform. So it's under testing and being built at the moment, where it's a one-stop place again for complete invertebrate social media. So like a Facebook group, but this will be a place where you can create groups, you can have your profile picture, so on and so forth. I don't want to go into details because I don't know exactly where the process is going right now, but I will update you guys on that. But it's going to be a big thing. If this works, it's going to be a huge deal, guys. So please at least just check out what Bugfest do currently now, and keep your eyes peeled on that site. Bookmark it as one of your favourites, so you don't forget to keep checking to see what becomes of that. And I will be updating you guys as the process of Bugfest comes along. Talking of that, at some point after the launch of it all, there will also be a Tarantula YouTube community giveaway box for one lucky winner. So if you were to join that platform, there will be a minor fee, and it is really a small minor fee, guys, and that is only to be able to keep up the servers for the amount of people that will be joining, because having a social media platform is expensive, very expensive. Website creation is expensive, but with this fee, the discounts of things you'd be offered by companies will outweigh it millions. It's like being a patron to me, but this is for a whole INVERT community. It will be great. So there will be a Tarantula YouTube community giveaway there as well, guys, and I am currently collecting from Tarantula YouTube community members a donation box full of goodies right now. So we have stickers merchandise, we have mug merchandise from people, we have all sorts of wonderful things. There is a custom built enclosure that's going to be on there. Obviously all the names of all these people will be announced in a future video of who's donated to the box and when this box will be available to try and win. But if you are a content creator and you want to add something in this box, please contact me and I will arrange for you to get it to me. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, guys, because this box is a worldwide winning. So if you're in America, as long as you're willing to pay the charge to send the items to me, this box is going to be heavy, by the way. The cost of me sending out to the winner will be my own. So that's how I'll be paying it back as such. But yes, there is going to be a box and it's already really full of goodies. So keep an eye on that Bugfest if you want a chance to win that box in the future. And the more the merrier added to this box. So if you want to send even a sticker, a letter, a postcard, a poster, anything, as long as it is gender neutral and age neutral, that's fine to go in the box. Now I promise you we're coming up to the most exciting bit now, which is probably the final thing I think I have to talk about today. Sorry if it's been boring for some of you, but sometimes these update videos really have to be there to catch you guys up. The filming area. So I can't remember if it was just the live I mentioned it in or another video, I'm not thinking straight today, but we are building here in the realm a filming area for both terrestrial and arboreal animals, where you will get a better, more crystal clear video shot of the animals that I keep, where I can take them out their enclosure to a safe, bigger environment where I can get the lighting right and I can get the angles right in a naturalistic looking area. And also we can do our unboxings there, so when I take the animal out the tissue, it can have a little bit of a free roam in this filming area where you can see it. So let's see the progress of that now. So here it is in its current state. This looks like just a mess to you guys right now, right? But give it time, I promise you it will be awesome. So what I have done here for practicality reasons is my two speaker enclosures are actually attached to the sides. Now if I were to come around here, behind the speaker enclosures are more hollowed out speakers where I can use for a shelf or become a future enclosure. Ignore what's going on here, just a part of the works. And then we have two storage boxes that can be opened, also making up parts of the walls. Now these will all be in one colour later on, so don't worry about how messy it looks right now. And then these are just there to check if they would actually fit, these two enclosures. This is my P. Cambridgei and these are my lovely little katydids. Now here is a nice natural log. I accidentally got a little bit of expanding foam on it, so I'll have to cover that with some moss or something. The background at the minute's got lots of colours. That will change in time, but they're actually pins to pin it in so that it's got a bit more of a rock face look to it. Again, you won't really be able to see that very well when it's done. All sides will be glued or filled in, so any animal scurrying up the back cannot escape through. This cardboard lip here will be painted as well, and in here will be substrate, leaf litter, moss, all sorts of lovely lovelies for a naturalistic look. Now hanging from the back, there's also going to be vines covering most of this background, but if there is a gap in the vines, it will look more like a rock face when it's finished. So it's pretty cool how I can chop and change when I need to. Now, this part here looks a bit strange, right? But it's actually, let me remove that one, it's actually liftable. And what it is, it's a platform that will rest here, and this is a light. I don't have any charge in it at the moment, and I can maneuver the light across any part of it that I wish. I can move this forwards and backwards, and it means anything climbing this log, you will have a light on it and it will look great. Anything terrestrial crawling along here will have the light on it, it will look great. These sides will be covered up too, whether it's with vines or mosses, I'm unsure yet. And it's just going to be a whole area where we can film an animal scurrying up the log. Imagine the background looks good, right? Or I can maneuver it downwards where the substrate level is quite high up to about here, and we can film the animal walking along the bottom. But obviously with the lighting on, I can zoom right in. If it's a small animal, I can zoom out if it's bigger. I can capture sides. So yes, that is how the filming area is being built at the moment. So I'm hoping you guys could have a bit of your own imagination there on that filming area and not just see it for the disgusting mess that it is currently. I'm not filming the whole process of this filming area. I know some of you wanted me to, but you will get to see when I'm actually doing the really nice decorative parts. When it comes to layering the substrate and the mosses and things, I will film that instead, most probably. So I think I've jabbered on for another long update video, but I felt that it was necessary because adding each of these little sections just into separate videos, I'm likely to forget because I've got a brain like a sieve. So there we have it, that's the update. There's no more deaths to announce, there's no more worries to talk about. I don't think everything else is nice and healthy in the realm, but please, as I said before, if you're experienced with resin, please contact me on how I can put my animals in a resin block. If you want to see what else dwells in the realm, make sure to pop back weekly for multiple videos. That's going to be it from me. Thanks for watching this long drawn out video, and if you still are enjoying big update videos, let me know in the comments below and then I can save things up for another huge chunky update video thing. Anyway, see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Bye bye.